I'm Dave Abrams.
And I'm Kristin Lagana. Welcome to Anne Arundel County Week in Review. In this episode, we'll show you a project to improve traffic on the Mayo Peninsula and update you on the progress of 2 new libraries. But first, making headlines this week. The Blue Lives Matter and Black Lives Matter movements were joined together as communities all over the county celebrated National Night Out this week. The event is a chance where law enforcement, citizens, and of course kids get to let their hair down, enjoy a barbecue, and get to know each other better. And people came out in droves, whether it was from Fort Meade, Shadyside, Crofton, Brooklyn Park, or Pasadena. Spectators got to try out all the police, fire, and sheriff's vehicles, watch K-9 demonstrations, and there were even a few parades. Here's what Fort Meade Commander Colonel Brian Foley had to say.
This is how you increase crime prevention awareness, by having outstanding, amazing events like this, bring the community together with an emergency services theme and overtone to it. And so all of the events and areas that are staged here tonight are all have a crime fighting theme to them. So, it's every way that we can to promote the community participation in awareness. The see something, say something concept applies here, because to protect ourselves as a community takes everyone's participation in it. I wish we had enough police and people to do all of the work, but it truly takes a community effort to keep ourselves safe.
Now, Dave, we should mention that Colonel Foley is moving on to his next assignment, and we want to welcome the new commander, Thomas Rickard. Our crews were also at the ceremony where he took over, and we'll have that event up on Arundel TV next week. Welcome, Colonel Rickard.
How about that? Yeah, it's the military, so people have assignments
right.
And they move around.
Yeah.
But Brian Foley did a really great job, and he's an easy guy to deal with. He's got all those bars and pins on the uniform, but he's a regular guy and really easy to talk to. He always let us poke fun at his Boston accent. Yeah, he was totally cool about that. You never know which way that's going to go. When you're
right.
dealing with a highly decorated military officer, you must be respectful.
So who was the first one to try it out?
Not me. I'm
Good.
smarter than that.
Smart move.
But I got to meet the new commander, who is a colonel. I always get called on this. The colonel is the commander of the installation. So I'm not saying his rank is commander, his rank is colonel. So
okay.
You got all that?
Got it.
But I got a chance to meet him, and he seems like a really sharp guy as well, and I'm sure we'll get to know him over time, and we're going to try and have him on the show so we can introduce everybody to him formally.
Yeah. Do we know where he's from?
Ooh, you're putting me on the spot, Kristin. No, I do not know where he's from.
I'm just wondering if it's something like Boston, in case we want to prep him.
I didn't detect any Boston accent when I talked to him.
All right.
But next time I'll do my homework and I'll be ready whenever I get questions like that.
Sounds good.
Well, we have to mention the tragedy in Ellicott City, a historic flash flood that caused massive damage and 2 deaths. Meteorologist Justin Burke captured this video of the flood, which sent cars down Main Street and badly damaged businesses in the historic city. Now, teams from Anne Arundel County Police, Fire, and Public Works have joined the cleanup effort. There's a long way to go in this recovery, Kristin, so the United Way has a website for donations. Just go to www.helpellicottcity.com, and that's 2 L's and 2 T's. There's so many amazing stories of people helping each other out, and folks around the nation watch this unfold in horror. I have no doubt Ellicott City will come back strong, but they're going to need a little help.
It's heartbreaking to watch the footage of what's happening in Ellicott City right now. One of my favorite shops, Sweet Elizabeth Jane, it's the one that had the Kaplans above it, had the river go right through it. It's just insane to watch what's been happening there. And for these business owners that have put everything in, all their funding, all their hard work, blood, sweat, tears into building these shops, and it's gone.
And 200- and 300-year-old buildings.
And of course, everyone wants to think that they're going to come back, and hopefully with assistance and a lot of hard work and helping hands, they will be back.
Well, and I have my Ellicott City story as well. I like to go to Rumor Mill's, one of my favorite
Mill's great.
places.
I've been there.
And the chef, I believe his name is Matt, is super nice guy, comes out, talks to everyone, makes really great food. And I read in the Baltimore Sun about how he, didn't surprise me, he was so prepared for what to do that he briefed the staff at the beginning of their shift, and they had this very orderly, first they had to move all the customers up to the second floor, and then they had to literally evacuate them up onto the roof. And I mean, that from what I've read, it looks like that the bottom floor of that establishment is going to be a total loss.
It's just so scary to think of all those employees that were closing down for the night that had to deal with the flood.
And you saw the woman getting rescued from the car.
The human chain.
Yeah.
There was some kayakers that have recovered the clock. The
Yes,
historic
I saw
Ellicott
that.
City clock. I think that the total's up to 180 cars that have had to been taken off the premises and out of the river, and it's just insane. And
It's going to be a long road back.
yeah, the band, we love playing Ellicott City every year for all their festivals, and we've been in touch with a few of our favorite shops and owners, and it's devastating. It's a hard blow. The community is really coming together right now. There's so many fundraisers right now, so many people that want to help. So
And
it's
people are
wonderful
calling us and
to
asking
see
how to help.
How many people want to
So
volunteer.
people are ready. I mean, people are ready. Just tell us where to go.
My understanding is right now at this point, they're still trying to do a lot of cleanup, but the ways that you can help are donating funds, donating food.
Right.
And eventually then, yes, they're going to need a lot of bodies in
Right.
the streets to help.
Be ready for the call because it's going to come, but not yet. Go online and you can donate.
We
can
love
help
you,
that way.
Ellicott City. And how wonderful was it to see our governor right there on the scene
Of
early
course.
the next morning with the county exec over from Howard County.
Alan Kinnaman,
So it's devastating, but we're rooting for you.
Yep. Ellicott City strong.
Ellicott City strong.
Yeah.
Last week, we teased a special development for the Brooklyn Park Senior Center as the huge Korean community there welcomed Maryland First Lady Yumi Hogan. Well, now we can tell you the big news. Construction is going to move forward soon on improvements to expand the center, a project citizens there have been asking for years. Brooklyn Park Senior Center is one of the busiest and also one of the smallest. A few months ago, the County Council approved County Executive Steve Shue's request for more than $800,000 to improve the facility, which used to be a home economics room at a public school. The project will add space and also make the facility more suitable for the needs of the seniors.
What we'd like to do is create at least a welcoming vestibule. Right now, people walk right in the door, and as I said, you've got the elements coming right in on people as they're trying to enjoy their activity or their meal. So we'd like to create a welcoming vestibule. This was the home ec room for the old Brooklyn Park High School, and you might see behind me there's a bank of cabinets that are completely dysfunctional for us with very tiny drawers that people used to put their sewing projects in. So we've got a lot of unused and underutilized space in the building, and part of the project will look at how do we best use the space.
Most importantly, Dave, they are completely reconfiguring the entrance to the senior center because the way it is now, it's no fun in the winter. Every time someone opens the door, the people inside get an Arctic blast. Chilly.
I'd like an Arctic blast right now.
Is that a dessert?
Yeah, and that's the blizzard.
Oh, that's the blizzard.
Those are delicious.
My office has been feeling like an Arctic blast lately.
Really?
Yeah. HVAC's been up there a lot. Yeah.
That's tough.
Congratulations to Pam Jordan and all of her staff and all of the people who enjoy the center. We're going to have to bring Lady Hogan back for a ribbon cutting.
Of course we do. And so I was intrigued by the little factoid that this was a home economics room.
Right?
Did you do home economics?
I killed it in home economics.
Of course.
No,
Really?
I actually got an award
You
for
can
home
sew
economics.
things?
I can sew, I can cook.
Wow. All right, you got an award?
Yeah, I did.
Was it a prestigious award?
I am a domestic goddess, Dave
Really?
Abrams. I know I party.
We saw the orchids.
I throw down. I can sing, but I can make cake.
Okay, what's the best thing you made in home economics?
We made some chocolate cake. I remember it still.
Oh yeah?
And then I remember I made a purse out of denim.
Oh my God, that's amazing. So what I remember,
I will say, like you kind of get rusty on a few skills after years and years out of school.
Right.
I need to get back on the sewing machine and reteach myself.
I need some
but-
buttons fixed.
No thanks, Dave. Maybe you should get your own sewing machine and learn.
Well, see, because my memory of home economics is, what's the first thing that they have you make in sewing? A pillow.
Oh.
A pillow.
Oh yeah, because it's easy.
Yeah, because it's square and you stitch
turn it
around the
inside
thing and then you
out.
turn it inside out and you
Yeah.
stuff it.
It doesn't matter
I
how
could
it
not make my pillow was the
Dave.
lumpiest, like most misshapen
Dave.
pillow you've ever seen in your
No,
life.
no.
It was horrible.
Poor Dave.
And that day I vowed, never again.
Never again.
Never again. Never again. Well, we're going to take a quick break and I'm going to try and figure out how to fix my button. And when we return, we'll talk with Christine Feldman about exciting new things happening at the public library. Take a look at the community calendar for events happening around town, and we'll be right back.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. Joining us in the studio this week, we have Miss Christine Feldman, Marketing Communications Manager for our county's public library system. Christine, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
Love the dress. You look
Thank
very
you.
summer
Thank you.
today.
We love having
it.
marketing gurus on the show.
Of course. Yeah, I can talk
all
a little
about the
shop,
marketing.
right? It's all
That's
about the
right.
marketing. Very good. How long have you been marketing for our libraries? Tell us a bit about your history with the county.
I've been at the library system for about a year and a half now. I came from actually the state, worked in politics. That's how I knew Dave here.
That's right, the
All
comptroller's
right.
office,
Yes, yeah.
Comptroller Francho.
Absolutely. And then before that, Comptroller Schaefer. So I've got a long history in the area, but I'm new to the county.
Oh, very good. And the hot topic right now, of course, are our new library locations
Yes.
in Annapolis and Riviera Beach.
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about what
Kristen, it's Riviera Beach.
I'm sorry,
Riviera Beach.
I try to make it fancy. Riviera. Riviera
It's spelled
Beach.
Riviera, but it's Rivera.
Actually, Rivera sounds fancier.
Okay.
Sorry, Riviera Beach. Can you give us an update on what's going on with
Sure.
those spots?
Things are really happening a lot with the Annapolis Library. We had a community meeting about a month ago and we unveiled some proposed designs. We've gone back to the drawing board based on the feedback from folks at the meeting, and we're getting much closer to a design that we're going to be able to unveil to the community probably in September timeframe.
Back to school.
Yes,
New
we're in the
libraries.
permitting process right now, but I can tell folks that it's going to be a beautiful, new, modern library in the same location that it's currently at. We expect to shut down the current building in 2017 summertime, and
Next
we'll
year.
reopen in 2019, hopefully early in the year.
It's very exciting. Any
Yes.
kind of new perks or technology with these locations that you can share with us?
Modern
or-
libraries are really all about building communities and providing space for people to be creative and collaborative. So look for things like a Tinker Lab, innovation labs, lots of technology, a community living room, maybe even a cafe. So all of those old rules
Coffee?
about not eating and drinking in the library, throw them out
Kristen.
the window.
Yay! I always
Yes.
broke those rules anyway.
What about Genius Bars? Is there going to be a Genius Bar?
Oh, there'll be
Genius bars.
plenty of charging stations. We'll have
Good.
plenty of help for technology. It's going to be a place that you want to come to and you want to stay, not just grab a book and run out, but stay for hours or spend your afternoon there.
A hangout.
Well,
Yeah.
well, speaking of technology, this is something that us marketing nerds get very excited
We,
about.
marketing nerds.
Yes, we.
Yeah.
We. That's not a. That's nerd is a term of endearment these days.
No, I'm saying it's we marketing nerds, not us marketing nerds.
Oh, excuse me. Thank you for correcting
No
my
problem.
grammar. You have a new service available at the library. It's called lynda.com. And I'm familiar with it because it's really great tutorials about how to use all the graphics software, how to design things, and it can be fairly expensive. It's for professionals. So tell us about how the library got involved with lynda.com.
Well, it's a service that we offer to anybody who has a card. So any county resident can come in and get a card and have access to 130,000 tutorials.
Oh my gosh.
On everything from photography to Photoshop to building a website, resume building skills. It's a service that people pay a lot of money for. Businesses pay a lot of money to use that service for their employees, and it's completely free through the library. So you can
exciting.
teach yourself
That is
a
a
completely
great deal.
new skill that can get you a new job, get you a promotion, make you look good in front of your boss. All
Figure out how to
within-
use the pen tool on Illustrator.
Exactly.
Is that what you'd use it for?
I'm still learning the pen tool. It's difficult.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's very neat.
So yeah, so it's a wonderful resource, and we're so thrilled to be able to offer it to folks, and we hope that people will really take advantage of it.
Oh, yeah. And we've also heard that you can go take foreign language classes at the library
we now offer Rosetta Stone, so you can download it to your phone and play it through your car speakers when you're driving to work every day, or you can just listen to it on your home computer, and it's a great way to pass the time, a great way to build new skills. The library is really about empowering you to have a better life, and this is another example.
I'm finally going to do it.
There you go.
I'm going to learn Italian.
Is that what you're going to do?
That's what I'm going to do.
You don't know Italian already?
I know
La
very.
Gana.
Yeah, my last name.
La Gana.
What would you want to learn?
I'm going to learn, well, I learned a little bit of German and Spanish in high school and college, and I've forgotten most of it. So I think I'd probably go with Spanish.
Yeah, Christine, would you
Yeah,
want to?
I think Spanish would certainly be a very worthwhile language to learn in this area. I mean, the population is changing so much.
And you can go to the library now. Get ready for this. You can go to a brand new library in Annapolis. You can learn how to create graphics for Spanish publications to teach the people of the world.
While sipping a coffee.
I mean, whoa.
I love it.
Right?
I love it.
Amazing.
Very exciting.
And check out a 3D printer maybe even.
3D print. Tell us about the 3D printers, because I've seen these things in action. They're pretty cool.
I've seen it on Grey's
Tell us about
Anatomy.
that.
Yeah, that's I think where a lot of people first heard about it.
Yeah, no, I didn't
printing
see it on
parts
Grey's
and what have
Anatomy.
you.
Yeah.
But, you know, they are very neat, and we're thrilled to be able to, again, showcase some technology in the library. So we are going to be offering, this is new, starting in September, the ability for people to email their files to be printed out on our printer. So let's say you have a chess set, for example, and you lost a piece, and you don't want to just buy a whole new chess set for one piece. So you can actually go in on a program, create it, send it to the library, and we'll print it.
That's unbelievable. Have you guys
it out.
printed anything yet?
Yeah, we've printed a ton of stuff. We've been using 3D printers in some of our programs for the last few months to do things like bookmarks and little animals, and just to show what they can do. But I mean, this is going to be life-changing in the world eventually, and we're happy to be part of the technology.
I have a friend who designed a shoe,
A shoe.
3D printer. Mm-hmm.
And if I was
Working with Under Armour.
So of course the first thing I thought about was, if I was playing you in chess, I could get extra pieces made, and then
And hide
when you
it.
get them
Slip it
away,
in
I
there.
put it back on the thing,
Where'd you get
and then
that
I could
extra
win.
coin?
Nobody will
Yeah.
Because I never win at stuff like that. So
But
I'm not good at it.
I'd have to hop on Linda first to get better on chess. So before I played.
I don't
you.
think Linda does chess.
No?
No.
She might.
She'll show you how to draw chess figures.
It's just graphic stuff.
Well, it's photography. It's
It's skills based.
Oh, okay.
right. It's
So-
how to use software and how to learn skills
It's very exciting.
by
And
professionals.
For professionals.
For professionals.
For professionals.
Yep.
Sounds like I want to hang out at the library, and of course, we have to also mention right now in these hot months of summer that the libraries are also cooling centers.
Yes, anytime that the county opens the cooling centers, every one of our 15 libraries is open as a cooling center, Monday through Thursday 9 to 9, and Friday and Saturday 9 to 5.
So exciting.
Add that to the
All
list.
the stuff
That's
that
the other
I feel
thing you
like
could
it's
do.
turning into this hot club with everything that's going on, and you
kinda
have to
is.
have your card that gets you in, and all access, baby.
Ooh, commercial.
VIP.
We like to say it's the most valuable card in your wallet. So that's
right.
There you go. And it's free.
And
It's
free.
everywhere you want to read.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Okay. Getting crazy. What did I say? Marketing guru nerds? Yeah, okay.
Right. Well, we have to also ask you, since you're on the show, what's your favorite book, either this summer or of all time?
Oh, good one, Kristin.
Yeah.
I love
Hot seat.
anything by Khalid Hosseini, who wrote The Kite Runner. Love his books. I actually just finished a children's book that my 8-year-old daughter, recommended that I absolutely loved. It's called Where the Mountain Meets the Moon.
Oh, that sounds
And it's
lovely.
a wonderful sort of set of stories, but it's really good. I'd encourage all adults to read it. It's a lot of fun.
I'm glad that your 8-year-old recommended something and you read it.
She has good taste.
What a great mom. Well, thank you so much for joining us on the show this week. Get out to your local library. Make sure you have a library card. If you don't yet, you're going to miss out on all these awesome new perks. Christine Feldman, thank you so much again for being on the show.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with more Week in Review right after this. Don't go anywhere.
I grew up in the housing projects of Cleveland. I didn't even know that life could be any better than it was. Education for me has been a way to get away from the agony of what was normal life. I want to be able to impact the community, not just look back on where I came from, but to reach back to where I came from and pull some people up with me. My name is David, and I am your dividend.
Welcome back. There's been a lot of talk about traffic on the Mayo Peninsula, so we went down to find out more about a road project that has just started. Michelle Corkadel has more. Michelle?
Thanks. I'm here today in Edgewater, Maryland to talk about key road improvements for the Mayo Peninsula. Joining me is Kathy Sharp, the project manager for one of those capital projects from the Department of Public Works. Thanks for joining me, Kathy.
Thank you, Michelle. For the project for 214 widening, we're going to be adding a new eastbound lane, so that'll allow people to come for the evening rush hour. It'll improve the evening rush hour. We'll extend the existing second lane that's near the high school all the way down to the intersection, and that will also improve the right turn onto 468 southbound.
So what can the residents expect moving forward?
We will be able to start setting up the concrete barriers starting at the end of the week this week. That installation is going to be done at night so it won't disrupt traffic. Once the barriers are up, most of the work will take place behind the barriers. There'll be a few exceptions. The first activities are sediment and erosion control and other initial mobilization activities. There's a stream relocation on the Cirque property. So that'll be going on. It's sort of down over the side of the hill, so it may not be apparent. But those are some of the first startup activities, and then they start widening the road.
So when can we expect the widening to be complete?
Final paving right now is scheduled for the end of March. And that's a little bit weather dependent, but it won't be far off from that. Hopefully we'll have a light winter and it'll be on target.
The residents are certainly looking forward to it here on the Mayo Peninsula in Greater South County. Thank you for joining me today, Kathy.
Thank you, Michelle.
Back to you.
Thanks, Michelle. This project won't solve all of our problems, but it should make things a little better for drivers getting on and off the peninsula.
Please do. So, Kristin, today, as we air, is the opening ceremonies of the Olympics in Brazil, in Rio.
Always a place I've always wanted to go.
Are you sure you still want to go there?
I mean, not lately, but yeah.
So, one thing that we're definitely going to want to tune in to, of course, is the opening ceremonies, because that's always great.
Always exciting.
That's
Although
like
sometimes when it gets really deep into it, like after about a half hour, I'm kind of like, what's going on?
Maybe they can actually outdo the Sharks from the Katy Perry from the
Nothing
Super
can
Bowl.
outdo the Sharks.
The Sharks were really good.
Super Bowl.
Those were good.
2014.
But so we have to, there is a local athlete that we always root for, and we rooted for him back in 2012. His name is Matt Centrowitz, and he's a runner. Broadneck from Broadneck. His father was a phenomenal gold medalist runner in the 70s, and he's been trying to live up to that reputation, and he came in 4th in London and just missed the cut for a medal.
And he wanted a medal, yeah.
So this is his chance. He's supposedly in his prime, ready to go. I learned from cheating and reading my friend Mr. Wagner at the Capitol that Matt is not a favorite for this, but because he came in 8th in the qualifying race. So
I always root for the underdog.
It's the Kenyans. The Kenyans are always beating everybody in these races. So, but we'll be rooting for him. And now, if you want to tune in for it, it's the semifinals are on August 18th. And the finals are on August 20th. And I remember in 2012, some people got mad at me because we had some spoilers. Because remember, there was always these time zone differences. Yeah. The big difference in the Olympics this year is going to be the time zone, because it's in the same time zone as us. There's no more, oh, it happened at 2 o'clock Friday or whatever, and you have to watch it on tape delay, and you got to figure out when it's going to be on and all that. None of that this year.
Good.
Now we may have. I hope that our athletes don't have any problems, but it's. Have you been watching the reports about Rio? The swimmers are going to be swimming in an open sewer. Sorry, NBC. I hate to I'll be watching and I'm excited for it, but I hope everybody's okay.
What's your favorite event to watch?
Well, this is going to sound kind of dumb, but I like USA basketball.
Yeah, you are a basketball fan.
They've won, the last 3 qualifying games by 30, 40 points.
But of course,
it's kind of pointless.
We got to talk about soccer.
But there was a 360 windmill dunk.
Oh.
So that was exciting.
Fancy.
So we have to talk about what?
Soccer, ladies.
Ladies soccer, okay.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for?
Yeah, I want some soccer.
Okay. I don't think Brandy Chastain's going to be there, though.
Why?
Is she?
I don't know.
Wasn't Brandy Chastain on the last medal team?
Is there a role? I don't know much.
You get old in soccer real quick.
I'm sure.
Yeah, you get a couple shots.
But I just think that was very exciting.
Is it Michael Phelps going to be back as well?
Yes, Michael Phelps will be there.
Okay, so we got swimming. That's worth watching, right?
That's a somewhat local.
Of course. Oh, no, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Not Anne Arundel County, though.
Not Anne Arundel County, but.
It's not Anne Arundel County.
Maryland. Yeah.
But, we can root for Michael Phelps. He has a nice little comeback story. It'd be nice to see him succeed. He's had a couple patches.
Yeah.
But we're
rooting for Matt.
He hosted Saturday Night Live. It was not good.
Yeah, we don't talk about that night.
It was not
good. We don't talk about that.
But
we're rooting for Matt, and once Matt places, we'll have him on Week in Review.
You think he'll come on?
Of course.
Matt, we have promoted you for years. We are big supporters. Kristin Lagana would love to meet you. So after you win your medal, we need you to come in and talk to us.
Dave will buy you coffee.
There we go. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
I think so.
Well, very good. Well, make sure you check out the Olympics.
Yes, and the
August
opening
18th.
ceremonies.
August 18th is when you look for Matt. That wraps up this week's edition of Week in Review. You can watch this episode and archived episodes online anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or Google Plus by simply searching for Arundel TV. Please tune in again next week for more highlights and news from around the county, and we'll see you next time.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.